Traditional children's footwear are shrunken down adult silhouettes, which have adult proportions, but the child's foot is drastically different, which means we're giving children equipment that's essentially the same equipment that pro athletes get at an age that they can't use the technology. That's the equivalent of giving a 12-year-old a Ferrari and expecting them not to crash it. I'm Jason Mayden. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Superheroic, and I'm a full-time dad. My passion for sneakers started all the way back to when I was in about 5th grade. I realized that they were a currency. I realized that footwear was a way for me to relate to people, gave me confidence. You know, I was small, I was multiracial. I didn't look like a lot of my classmates. And so the way that I fitted in was to try to, dress in a way that allowed them to say, oh, you're cool for today. And when I wanted to feel cool and I couldn't get the product, I drew the product. Then I had a reputation of being the person who didn't have the Jordans but would sketch the Jordans. So it was projects I worked on with Eminem and Michael Jordan, Carmelo, CP, Derek Jeter. I mean, you name it, I had the good fortune of working with the world's greatest athletes and greatest cultural icons, but nothing could trump the feeling of working with a child. My son had gotten sick. He had developed something called leaky gut. He had a hole in his lower intestine and he became inflamed and he gained weight. To the world, he was a child that had became, overweight. To him, he was struggling with an invisible enemy that he couldn't see. We ate well, we moved, we athletic as a family, but yet he continuously gained weight. And it was heartbreaking when I came back from a trip working with an athlete and I saw him standing in a mirror and he was tearing up. He did not like what he looked like. He didn't love himself. And as a father, it's heartbreaking because you can't help your child fight an invisible enemy. I didn't know what he was facing. And so as any good parent would do, my wife and I discussed it, we prayed about it, and I walked into my job and I quit the next day. And I decided that my passion, my purpose was to build stronger children instead of continuously fixing broken adults. Kids deservingly need to move and be encouraged to move how they feel comfortable. Then I landed on this idea that we need to give them a new archetype that's inclusive, that they can understand, archetype of a superhero, then build product that's essentially made for how they grow, how they move, and how they feel. And so we started on this journey of looking at a holistic approach to creating, using high design, performance, and insight, products that not only made the child feel better emotionally and cognitively, but actually were designed for how their body moves and grows on the playground. We take play seriously, as funny as that sounds, because it is something that we've seen in research is missing from early childhood education. We have to stop limiting the notion of activity to only mean sport. Because to a child, sport is playing tag. Sport is jumping over a hurdle. Sport is, running from your siblings or chasing a dog. It's anything that gets you to move. Our mission is very simple. Entertain, delight, and surprise every child in the world through imaginative and interactive physical play.